Hello everybody, welcome back to Gamble with Jimmy. How you guys doing? I am back from my trip. Man, I'm tired, dude. I am so tired. I haven't really slept too much. But I'm going to get a good night's sleep tonight. So just wanted to give you guys an update of what I thought about Sacramento, California, and what I thought about Las Vegas. Had a good time. Everything went good. A couple, things that I didn't really expect. So I'll start it off with when I landed in Sacramento, California. The Uber guy took me to, I was staying at the Hard Rock Casino in Sacramento. They comped my room that night. And when I got into the cab or the Uber, man, it was really far from the airport. So we literally had to drive about 35, 40 minutes. And we were just going, it was just nothing but fields of fruit trees and walnut trees and just nothing but land, like for miles and miles. I didn't see a soul out there. So I was like, dude, where are you taking me, man? Like, are you gonna like bring me out in the field and murder me or something? I mean, I was like, there's no way there's a casino out here. So sure enough, we finally get to where the casino is, and I'm just shocked because you have to understand, I'm coming from Tampa Hard Rock, which is packed and it's luxury and it's big and it's tons of people. And this was like, you're just looking around. It's just like, is this real life? Am I in a simulation? It was very bizarre. So I go into the hotel and I could already tell the people that worked there and stuff like that. It was very like laid back. It's kind of like a warehouse of casino games. It was very interesting. But the people that work there, they're really, really nice people. And they give you like a lot of communication and they treat you like loyalty because they don't have a lot of customers. It was not packed at all or anything like that. But they had like, it was pretty cool like when you're inside. And it was just laid back, like I said. So we ended up, I ended up meeting some of the guys for the Baccarat training seminar and met some really good guys that were really cool. Shout out to you guys. And we really didn't gamble much. Like, we didn't even gamble at all, actually, because we got so busy. It was easier for me to bring them up, like with the training. We were going over all of the training, and we were like playing out the game. And from there, we just really got into it. It was kind of like, it became like a cool, hangout where we were like at home playing, and we all got, connected, and we had a good time. We went to dinner. So everybody enjoyed themselves. And to be quite honest with you, we all walked down to this casino at the end, and we were just exhausted. I mean, it was like 1 o'clock in the morning at that point. And my flight was leaving I had to be at the airport at 4 in the morning to go from Sacramento to Las Vegas. So that was just like, I was so tired because I didn't get any sleep the night before that. So I ended up going to Las Vegas. And Las Vegas, I did a lot of gambling. I didn't do a lot of gambling in the beginning. But towards the end, I started gambling. And I didn't go crazy or anything like that. But I did a lot of gambling. I probably did about, I'd say 5 sessions. Which is pretty, that's a lot. I did like 5 sessions the last day that I was there. But when I first got there, I didn't really do much gambling. I was doing more like training and talking and things like that. And I met a couple friends out there. And that was a lot of fun. So here's my opinion. Oh, and my next stop, I'm going to Toronto. So if you're watching this, I'll be coming out to Toronto. I'm gonna check. I've never been to Toronto before, so that would be cool. And I think from Toronto, I'm gonna go straight to maybe New York. So John. Let's see. Oh no, I'm sorry, Frank. because I never heard back from you, Frank. I don't know what happened, but I'll tell you guys a quick story. I don't know what happened, but Frank wanted the private one-on-one training in the baccarat, so he ordered it and he did the deposit of 500 on the website, and then he was supposed to get back with me, and I was communicating with him, and then I never heard from him anymore. I hope he's okay. I mean, I literally did not hear from him for like 2 weeks. So what I did, even though I didn't hear from him, I went ahead and refunded his money, his 500 to him. And I said, hey, look, I refunded the money. I said, I trust you. Just pay me when I show up. And let me know. I said, come to Tampa. So I just never heard back from him. To this day, I haven't heard back from him. So I really started getting worried that something maybe happened to you, Frank. So I hope you're okay. Love to hear from you. Since I'm going to be in Toronto, go ahead and hit me up if you get this. If you watch this video, send me a message, because Toronto is really close to where you live. So I'll just swing by and go back to your casino, and I'll teach you everything you need to know. Okay. All right. So and I hope you're okay. By the way, hope you're okay. You're a good guy. I like you. I like. Let me tell you something, man. I like so many of these people that I'm meeting. I mean, these are really cool people, dude. These are some really cool people that I'm meeting. So I am gaining a lot of friends, and it's really exciting. So I do want to let everybody know that I've got some really good news about the channel. I'm working hard. I'm finishing up just a couple more areas, so I'm gonna have over there. I'm gonna have my little craps table. I cut my table in half. I'm not going to be shooting the dice anymore from across the table. It's pointless. I needed extra space below my big screen TV, because that's where I'm going to do all my talking. And while I'm talking, you're going to see on the big screen TV, you're going to see all the baccarat. And then when I go do the craps, I have a mounted camera now that goes straight down on top of the table. So you see all the rolls and me making all the moves. So I'm setting it up for the new year, and I also will have my stock channel. Matter of fact, Stock Market Jimmy uploaded a new video today. Be sure to go over to Stock Market Jimmy, check out my new video. I need to get as many subscribers over there as I can. I need, I think I need like 80 more to be monetized. So hopefully you guys can help me get there. But I'm really excited about the Stock Market channel as well, because I'm going to have a morning show every morning at 7:30 in the morning. Every single morning at 7:30 in the morning, I will have a stock market show. I'm basically going to go over the previous day of what it closed at, and I'm going to go over the aftermarket and the pre-market, and I'm going to tell you, I'm also going to go over daily news. So it's going to be a show. I'm going to have coffee. I'm going to just start that every day consistently. But it won't start probably for another 10 days, okay? Because I'm not quite ready. I almost have everything ready, but I want to make the best show that I can for you guys, okay? So be sure to support me on Stock Market Jimmy. Learn the stock market. I am going to have private training on the stocks. I will have a website for that, and that will be teaching swing trading. That's what I specialize in, swing trading, okay? So really too about protecting your money. Like I'll teach you how to do like stop losses. I'll teach you, when to come in, when not to come in. I'm really strict when it comes to stocks. But you guys can check out my new video that I made today. A couple stocks I'm watching the market on right now. All right, so Vegas. Let's get back to gambling. With Vegas, that was interesting because I hadn't been there in a while. And I absolutely love the Paris, because the Paris is the only casino that I literally can gamble all night and never get tired, because I feel like it's just like this beautiful day, and it's a beautiful sky, and the way that they have the lighting, it's like it feels kind of dark where you're in shade. It's just, and it's cool. It feels great, and the environment is unbelievable. So I really love the Paris. I've always liked the Paris. So I stayed. My hotel was at the Paris. They have a great cigar room that you can go into, the Monte Cristo. It's about $30 for each cigar. I probably had about 7 of them, so I spent about $210 in cigars. Um, Dude, water, insane. $10. $10. Give me a bottle of water, $10. Give me a Gatorade, $10. A drink is $10. Crazy. Hamburger. A hamburger, $25 for one hamburger. You want to add fries? Add another 7. $32. Hamburger, French fries. I swear to God. I kid you not. It was insane. Now, I started to analyze the casino's problem. And I'm going to share it with you of what's going on, the truth on Las Vegas and what is going on with Las Vegas. So we all know that the mob used to run Las Vegas, and now it's all corporations. And what's happened is that Vegas did a poor job with the switch over, and over the last 20 years, they did a horrible job in buying up the land around them. They bought the land of the strips of where the casinos are, but where they screwed up was not buying all of the subdivisions, apartment buildings, real estate properties. They should have spent billions of dollars all around them, at least a 10-mile radius. I should have brought my water out here, man. My mouth is dry as hell. Bear with me, guys. So they should have bought all that real estate up. Because here's what's happening, and this is why the prices are high, okay? They're purposely making like that right now. They have to, because this is the dilemma that they're in. Because they didn't buy all that real estate around them. Had they bought that real estate and owned all of the ability for people to live at, they could have built really expensive housing and apartments high end. And they could have got top dollars for the rental income or the real estate where you own the property, right? And what it would have done is it would have kept the riffraff. We'll call them riffraff, or we'll call them, I don't know, whatever you want to call these people. Like, they're normal people, everybody's people. Just because you don't have money doesn't mean that you're less special. I don't mean it that way. I'm saying that when you have a lower end of people, and a lot of these people are not spending money, they don't have a lot of money, and what they're doing is, there's so many of them, they saturate the entire strip of Las Vegas because it's a much better environment for them to go have fun. And Vegas was always known for free drinks, low food. So what happened? All of the people that lived in those areas saturated the casinos. They were using them for, like, the thugs would come into the casinos, use it for pimping girls out. So what happens to wealthy people when they come in on vacation? What happens? The wealthy people are in the casino spending the money, and they're seeing this environment of all these different type of people who are acting more thuggish, and, you know, they're just freeloading on the whole community of the casino, right? So these rich people, or even middle class people, they don't want to be around that crap. They don't want to walk out of the casino at nighttime and go to the other casino and have to pass by groups and groups of all these immigrants and all these people who look like little demons. You know, like, there's just, like, they act like demons, they dress like demons. It's like a whole bunch of demons running around. You literally feel like you stepped into hell. It's the truth. And Vegas knows it. Anybody that goes there can see this. When you're inside the resort, it's beautiful. Okay? So they're putting all this money into their facilities, and what they started to do was they were like, we got to charge a lot of money so these people, when they come over here and saturate our casinos, they can't afford to stay here and do things here. We're going to make the shows expensive. We're going to make the water expensive. We're going to make the food ridiculous. So if these people come here, unless they're willing to spend this kind of money, we have the ability to say, hey, you're not spending money, you're not staying here, you're not gambling. Maybe the security can tighten up and kick these people away from the casino. But these people are still out in the streets. Okay? So I think that that's what they're doing. I personally feel the only way they can fix it is if they really go to the real estate. They've got to go to the real estate and buy up as much property as they can and start, once they have the control of the property, then they start need to improve the property and charge crazy rental prices where a lot of these people have no place. Eventually they have to leave. And then once you kick those people out and push those people out, you can start bringing in people that have money that start buying and living. And that's where they screwed up. If they would have done it right, Vegas today would be a gold mine. You'd have this hub of nothing but wealthy real estate all around your bowl of gambling. So you'd have all the wealthy people just keep coming in, and you wouldn't have all that riffraff. So they screwed up. Now I see my casino in Tampa, Florida, having that problem it's already happening now. It's already happening now. Because where Tampa, Florida is located at is in a very low income part of Tampa. There's a lot of low income level people around it. Okay. Now what happens is those low income level people come into the casino and they saturate that casino. Whether it's on a Saturday night, you have a different type of clientele that keeps coming into that casino. And I know the management and ownership of the casino doesn't like it. They're stuck because they put the casino in a low income location. Now, it doesn't mean that wealthy people and middle class people don't come in, because they do. But there's been many times where I'm at a craps table and you get like a thug, you get these thug people come up there and they're rude to the dealers. They act like they don't have no manners. They have no respect. They create problems. You get a lot of like low class kind of people that you have to be surrounded by sometimes. Now, not all the time, but sometimes. And I see that getting worse for the Tampa Hard Rock. If I was Tampa Hard Rock, I would be buying up the real estate all around and changing the real estate. I would own it. I would invest billions of dollars in that if I was you. So if you're Hard Rock, listen to your boy. All right, so that's about it for that. Now, what did I observe when I was there on the way that people were playing? I have a couple things to talk about on that. The first thing, I'm very happy to announce this. Las Vegas does not cheat, man. They don't cheat, bro. I thought they were going to cheat. I thought that they were going to cheat. I thought that their games were rigged. I really did. I really, truly did. I thought their games were rigged. Because the reason why I thought that was because I thought that they were like struggling so bad, that they were so desperate, that they would do all kind of ways to cheat and take your money. I did not experience that, man. I did not experience that. Their baccarat tables, I can tell you 100% that the Paris hotel, the Paris casino, 100% legitimate. I saw long craps rolls all the time. I saw regular, typical craps play. Didn't see anything funny, anything odd. I didn't see anything odd with the dice. Everything looked legit. Baccarat, same thing. No problem. We had times where we had everybody's money on player with big money. Player won. There was nothing suspicious whatsoever about any of the actual gaming, which was my number one concern. And I have to tell you that it was fair play. There is no ifs or buts about it. It was 100% fair play. So there's no special decks and there's no cheating. It was legit, okay? It was legit. My favorite place to play Baccarat was definitely Bellagio. Bellagio had the best Baccarat rooms in there. The second best was Caesars. And then Paris is very small. Paris does have one little room. Sleepy, what are you doing, baby? Come here. Come say hi to everybody. There was one little room in the Paris that did have like a little private area. Now, I did not play Baccarat at Aria. I did not go and look at the Baccarat rooms over there. I did see their craps tables. That's a beautiful hotel. And one of the ones that I'm disappointed that I didn't get to go to was Wynn. I wanted to go into the Wynn. I did not. That was like one of the few that I did not get to go to. Let's see, Cosmopolitan was a good one. But overall, like I said, fair play on all of the games that I participated in. So the last thing I'll share with you guys and talk about is the craps play that I saw. The people playing craps. Boy, I tell you what, it's amazing how many people play craps. That's the first thing that I was shocked about. The craps tables at every single casino that I went to. And man, I tell you what, me and Booker and Robert, we walked miles and miles. We were walking all day long around all those casinos. And it was tiring, but it was a great experience. You know, we got to see them all. And one of the things that I noticed was that when these people play craps, I started really analyzing it when I was at Caesar's Palace and also Paris, especially Caesar Palace, okay, and Bellagio. I was analyzing the people, how they play. And the first thing that went through my mind was, it's very important that I have my craps channel to stay and remain. I really was going to switch 100% to Baccarat. I'm still going to be majority Baccarat. But I still will continue to show craps on this channel. Even though I don't consider myself a part of the craps community, nor do I want to be. I consider myself the best craps player out there because of, and these people that voice their opinions on different channels or whatever, they just don't understand. They're always going to voice their opinions and they're going to, all those kind of things. But that doesn't bother me because I don't deal with it on my channel because my channel has been disciplined for 2 years where anybody that shows disrespect towards me or anybody that makes a comment on our channel, on our community that we built, they're going to be blocked immediately. I've blocked over 400 people. So I've chosen to give up 450 subscribers to have quality and to have ethical people. I want people on this channel to actually want to learn and actually support the channel and actually be a good person in our community that we built. And I'm very proud of that. I would not go back and do it any differently than I've done it. So, so I'm not worried about all that people, what they think. They can think whatever they want. I don't have to prove anything to anybody. Okay. Those of you that play with me or meet me or get my private training, and those of you that actually watch me, you know that I bring solid things to the table. Okay. You know I care about helping you win. As far as the craps community goes, what I kind of mean by that, it's just the people who might come across my channel and they're like, oh, this guy's good at craps. I'm going to watch his channel because I want to learn. I realize that these people, man, they need me, bro. They need me. I'm telling you, these people are horrible. They're horrible. I watched them all day long and I was just mind-boggled on how they play. They have no idea how to play. None. They think they know how to play, but they don't. And they have no money management skills. They have no bet sizing skills. They don't have no laddering and leveling skills. They don't have nothing like that. It's like, I can't tell you how many times I saw people, big money people. They all did the exact same thing. They would go to the table. They would buy in between $8,000 to $10,000. Okay? These were just random people. I didn't know who these people were. Not everyone would buy in that much. Most of them were buying in for like $1,000. There were many of them. There was probably about 4 of them that bought in for 10 grand, and I watched those people. They all did the same thing every single time. They would start with the same level. Some of them would be $25 all the way across on a crapless table or a traditional table. If they would just leave it out there every time that they lost, $25 again. If they lost again, $25 again. Sometimes they would press their bets up, come down, put the money back up, get paid, put the money, little T. Anyway, they put the money back up. They just had a horrible problem with managing and understanding how to collect, how to press, how to ladder up and down. They didn't know any of that, none of that. Then Robert was with me, and we were watching this guy play. I think he was on a traditional table. Was he on a? No, he was on a crapless table. He was playing on a crapless table. He only had about $2,000 on the table. And the way that he was playing, he didn't have enough money to do what he was doing. What he was doing was, he would put $50 on every number across the table. So we had 2 to 12, and he had 50 on every number. And he was getting very lucky because the people who were rolling, they were rolling long rolls. So he was hitting a lot of numbers, okay? And he was pressing everything, pressing. As soon as he get the money, he press. And then boom, a 7 would come. And he would give up basically everything that he made. And he wasn't laddering up hardly at all. Like, I don't think I even laddered up. He only would ladder up through pressing. So what he was doing every single time was, because he's laddering up by pressing from his wins, he was having to get more rolls and more rolls and more rolls, where he has all that money out there, and every time he's hitting and making money, he's never taking anything. He wasn't even taking money to reimburse his last loss. So these people were horrible, dude. Like, they definitely haven't watched my channel. I can promise you that. They have not watched my channel. So it made me realize that there's a lot of people out there that do not know about me or how I play. And I'm telling you, if they did, they would not be playing so foolishly. So that was kind of, made me realize that. I was just like, well, I'll tell you, what I do is definitely brings value for sure. And it's definitely something that is in demand, because after experiencing all those hundreds and hundreds of people that were playing craps, I was not impressed. I mean, I was not impressed. And when I was around those people, I didn't have any interest in teaching or training or anything like that. I would actually go up and start talking to people playing bubble craps, and I would be just like, hey, how you doing? What are you doing? Like, how's this work? I was just acting like I didn't know. I was just like, oh yeah, okay. I'll let them talk, make them feel like, they were teaching me the game. I had no interest in helping anybody. I wasn't there for that. I was just there to kind of observe and stuff like that. So I'm going to end it this way. A couple things, guys, is I've come up with a great idea. So what I'm going to do, I put it already up on my website. For those of you that are wanting to get one-on-one training in Baccarat, and you want me to go to your casino, it's going to also include any of the private videos that you have not purchased. So if you're somebody out there right now that was thinking about buying my all my Baccarat videos, you can have me come straight to your casino, and when I meet you, I'm going to train you and play with you, and then when we're done, I'm only going to teach you on the strongest things that I do. I'm going to have you focus on things that I know that you can absorb and not be overwhelmed and learn. And I'm going to talk to you about everything that your brain can observe that you can handle. But I want to reassure you that when I leave, I'm also going to give you access to all of the Baccarat videos. So even if you just looked at my Baccarat videos of private videos on my website, which is gamblewithjimmy.com, even if you're looking at that, the value of that is, I think it's about $1,000 of worth of videos. So you're going to pay $2,000 for me to go to your casino, and you have to do $500 deposit. Out of that deposit, it deducts it from the total amount. Okay. So like I said, I am going to Toronto to do that with Alan. He's out in Toronto. So I don't know if any of you guys are out in Toronto. Probably not. I don't get a lot of people from Toronto. But if you are, I will be out there within the next week. And then for those of you that can afford only $1,000, get on a plane and come to Tampa, Florida. It's $1,000. You can play with me at the #1 Baccarat room in the country. It's badass there. Okay? Best Baccarat room in the country. And you can learn right there with me. Now, you do not get all of the private videos on that one because you're only doing $1,000. It's the ones that are spending the $2,000 that I'm going to their casino, because it doesn't cost me $2,000 to come see you. So I can't give you $1,000 of value in free private training online videos. Can't do it. So, but you're going to learn everything you can from me while I'm with you in person, okay? And it will definitely change your game. Now, when it comes to craps, I got an idea that I'm going to do. I came up with a solution on that, okay? I don't get the kind of support from craps as I do with Baccarat. I've already explained that to you. It's just a different type of clientele. Baccarat clientele are people who have money. It's just the truth. Okay, people with that in Baccarat, they usually have money. They're usually business people. Now, I'm not saying that people in craps are not business people. I'm saying that the average people that play craps do not have the kind of money that people that play Baccarat have. That is a fact, okay? Go over to a Baccarat area and you will see the average bet sizing of about $300 to $1,000 per hand, okay? These people understand someone like me brings value to what they're doing. So, as a matter of fact, I had Eric, shout out to you, Eric. He, after the night of training in Sacramento, it was actually 2 nights, he won $7,000 and sent me the photo and said, I just won $7,000 on the system. And I wasn't surprised by that. I was not surprised by that at all. That's just normal. He just is betting bigger. So on any of these systems, it doesn't mean that you have to bet as big as maybe I do or someone like Eric does. You can bet to what you're comfortable with and what you can afford. It's about how you bet. It's about managing money properly. There's a lot of things that we're doing that all of these people who see, they really don't understand how I win so much because they don't understand how I play and how my mind works and things that I've put together. They don't understand that. And that's fine, you know? So that's about it, guys. It was good to catch up with you guys. It's my first video that I actually made in a week, which is very unusual for me. I'm usually active with the videos. You guys are going to love the new Baccarat setup. You're going to love it. I'm telling you. I got the full screen where automatic, I just push a button, boop, and the banker thing goes up. It keeps it all. You're going to see it all on the big screen while we're playing. And it's only going to be live play. There's going to be no more simulation. It's all live. Okay? Set it up like a dealer. We're going to do it. You see the screen. You can play for fun. I'm going to show a lot of Baccarat videos coming. A lot of Baccarat videos. My main channel is going to be Baccarat. I told you guys that. I told you I was going into this year as a Baccarat channel. But I still will show some craps. And that's about it. Okay? So thank you guys. Give me a like if you can before you go. I really personally don't care if you don't feel like it. That's fine. but it just helps the channel. It's something to do with the algorithm. It has nothing to do with me. I'm not saying, oh, I want to show a lot of likes. I don't care. It's just about, it recognizes to YouTube that the channel is getting people to find it interesting. And then what it does is it helps promote the channel better by pushing it more. That's how that works. But, you know, that's about it. So if you want to go to gamblewithjimmy.com and get the baccarat training, if you don't have any intentions of getting one-on-one training, you don't have to spend that money. Just go to and start learning. One last thing I want to say. This is very important to the baccarat players, okay? Very important. For all of you that are still watching that bought my training, but you didn't buy all the training. This is going to sound like I'm trying to sell you on all my training. I'm not trying to do that. If you cannot afford it, if it's not the right time, don't do it right now. I'm not going anywhere. The website's not going anywhere. Take your time. Only when you win money or you have extra money. When you do, what I'm trying to tell you is this. This is a fact. It's a fact. Even for myself, I have to study. I have to literally go over all of my own tools in my toolbox and know it like the back of my hand. Because when I'm playing, if you're only going to play what I'm going to teach you in the training, like of a specific way to play, sure, you're going to do good. But at the same time, what I've done is every one of my private training videos, they bring different tools to the toolbox. So you need to learn every one of those tricks and have them in your toolbox. So when you're on that shoe, you might say, this system that I'm playing is not going to do as good as this tool over here in my toolbox. So you're going to pull out that one. So I'll give you an example. The player trigger for me. Like I have a private video called Player Trigger. A lot of you people who just get the player trigger, you're only going to go there knowing the player trigger, and you're going to just be trying to play the player trigger when maybe you shouldn't be playing the player trigger because you just don't know what to do. Versus somebody who has all of them and says, holy crap, I would make a fortune here. Every time this player hits the first time, I'm going to play it all the way down, and I'm going to do my betting pattern that I'm supposed to do. And if everything goes good, you win 4 times in a row on player, big money. So if you see a dominant player board, player trigger. If you see a dominant chop board, chop system. So you got to be smart on which ones you bring into the table. And you got to be able to go back and forth to those particular ones. That is a professional player. You got to have the whole skill level if you want to compete with me. Because I'm constantly practicing it over and over. So when I'm at a table with you, private one-on-one, and you're playing a specific way, I'm going to hit you in the elbow. I'm going to say, bro, you see what I see? And they're going to be like, no, I don't see what you see. Most likely that's what their answer is going to be. Or it's going to be a wrong answer, which is fine. And I'm going to say, right here, you remember this system? And then they probably won't know because they probably didn't get that system. That's my point. Okay? So, again, if I go to your casino and you're doing the $2,000, you get them all. You get them all. Matter of fact, I just sent all the ones to the guys that did that except for one. And I'm not going to mention his name, and there's a reason why. But other than that, you get them all. Okay? So anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching me, and I will see you guys on the next video. And the next video that I do will actually be the new setup on either the craps or the baccarat. It'll probably be baccarat, but I don't know. The next video will be an actual video on the game. Okay? Hopefully everybody's doing good, and thank you for tuning in. And I'll see you guys on the next one. Okay? Take care, guys.